If you got a child in here that goes to children's church, let's go. Children's church, right out this door. Here we go, guys. I'm telling you, I know Miss Lacey's got some great things planned this morning. Thanks, guys. Wow, look at that. Give these guys a hand as they're going out, man.
Relatively new Mandisa song that I heard 2 weeks ago. I called Kirk and I was like, hey, you got to listen to this song. I said, I think it goes great with the series that Gary's preaching right now. In the first part of it, the verses talk about the passage from Ecclesiastes chapter 3, where it says, to everything there is a season, a time for every purpose under heaven, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck what is planted, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to break down and a time to build up, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance, a time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing, a time to gain and a time to lose, a time to keep and a time to throw away, a time to tear and a time to sow, a time to keep silent and a time to speak, a time to love and a time to hate, and a time of war and a time of peace. That's one of my favorite passages in the Bible, just simply because it brings peace of mind knowing that to everything there is a season that comes under heaven. There's a purpose for it. And the bridge part of the song says, we may weep for a time, but joy will come in the morning. And that comes from Psalms chapter 30. And I'm going to do verses 4 and 5. It says, sing praise to the Lord, you saints of his, and give thanks at the remembrance of his holy name. For his anger is but for a moment, his favor is for life. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy will come in the morning. I hope you guys enjoy this.
There's a time to live and a time to die. There's a time to laugh and a time to cry. There's a time for war and a time for peace. There's a hand to cling to through the worst of things, in the worst of things. He is with you when your faith is dead and you can't even get out of bed, or your husband doesn't kiss you anymore. He is with you when your baby's gone and your house is still and your hearts are still crying out, what you do that for? He is with you. There's a time for yes and a time for no. There's a time to be angry and a time to let it go. There's a time to run and a time to face it. There is love to see through all of this, through all of this. He is with you in the conference room when the world is coming down on you. and there's too much space, and you feel alone, and you wonder